Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I quickly want to talk about the FlashForge Adventurer 3 and primarily just focus on print quality. So you're going to see a part that I will be printing in a few minutes. It's just a beard comb guide. All that essentially allows me to do is just line up my beard whenever I'm trimming and shaving to have a nice crisp line. So designed this in CAD, took me about 10-15 minutes to do, and took about, it's probably going to say estimated around 40 to 45 minutes to print. Overall, this printer, if you're looking to get into the 3D printing world, I highly recommend looking at this as one of the options. And the reason for that is that you have the ability to print both in PLA and in ABS, which is awesome. If you're looking to print some components to put on your balcony or outside wherever you have high temperatures, like for example your car or something like that, you want to print it in ABS and not PLA just so it won't melt. And now, you know, not a lot of the printers out there right now on the market can do ABS because they have an open frame structure. So as you can see here, this entire thing is enclosed, so it allows you to trap all that heat, plus that heated build plate kind of traps all that heat, as I was saying earlier, and kind of make sure that your ABS part can print properly. Now the biggest downfall that I've really seen with the printer is just that limited build volume size. So it's about 5 by 5 by 5. So if you're looking to make parts that are bigger than that, for the most part, you'll have to separate them into different components and kind of figure out a way to attach it. So I'll show you an example of a part that I printed where I had an issue where size was an issue. Overall, besides that, the quality of the parts, they're actually phenomenal. You do have a couple of issues here and there sometimes, especially if you're using different brand filaments. But for the most part, I've had nothing but success so far. So I highly recommend looking at this printer if you really are interested into getting into the 3D printing world. And now, with that said, let's kind of fast forward and I'll show you guys a part that I'm printing. And at the end, we'll take a look at the quality of the parts. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so here's a couple of products that I've printed using the printer. Now the first one we'll just talk about since we just saw it printing. This is the beard guide that I printed. So you can see this is the last layer at the very end, the last few seconds of the print job. Now I'm not happy with the overall quality of this print. As you can see, this is the first layer. This is not what a successful print job should look like. As you can see, the gap between the different strands is very, very big. This leads me to believe that there was either some parameter that was off or something was going on with the print job, and this is just not considered acceptable to me. But what I did then is I changed the brand of filament completely, and I went from this brand to this brand, and look at the results. Look at that. Night and day difference. If I could just focus it. There we go. Night and day difference. So that's just a tip to remember in the future. If you do dive into the 3D printing world, or if you're in it now, the brand of filament will be a big factor in the quality of your parts. So I'm not exactly sure why this brand or like how this brand was made. Maybe it was off in terms of diameter, or maybe it has different settings completely that I would have to look into and play around with, but the red worked right out of the box, no issues. So here we have a alignment guide. So you'll need to print some kind of 3D printer components over time, especially if you're gonna run it all the time. So what I have here is just an alignment. It just snaps on, and every few print jobs or so, I just make sure that this touches the bed correctly, in addition to making sure that the nozzle is spaced correctly from the build plate. So this is a toilet paper holder. My apartment building sucks, and the maintenance dude never came by to fix the toilet paper holder that we have. So I took it upon myself to just design it in CAD and print one. And you can see, very nice quality, no issues. It even got this sharp corner perfectly. And now if we look at the actual toilet paper holder, so this doesn't have something to do with the printer, this is more on me. The STL file that I had, for some reason, I couldn't get the rounds to show up properly, so hence why it looks very jagged and it looks very odd. It more like, I don't even know how many sides there would be on this circle, but yeah, it's nothing to do with the printer, but you can see it printed it fine. I printed it like this with no supports except for here where it would need it, because it's more than a 45-degree angle, but yeah, printed fine, no issues there. Now this is one of my favorite pieces that I just recently printed. This is a cell phone holder. So if I can show you guys, give me one sec. So basically what it does is you can have it like this in this perfect orientation at 60 degrees, or if you're, actually the purpose of it is twofold. So you can have it like this for reading, FaceTiming, doing whatever. Now if you want to use it to record objects, you have that ability right there. Or you can turn it sideways, look at it that way. Now if you want a high angle video, it has this right here on the back, built in just like that. So a lot of the times when I'm doing work on my car, I like to take some videos, I like to take some photos, especially high angle shots, so this little contraption comes in use. Now let's talk about a larger part. And you can see here, again, the brand of the filament. it has a pretty big impact on the quality of the part at the end of the day. These three, you can tell from the crappy quality, it was all made from the same filament. These two were from a different one. But I printed all of these components separately, and now you're gonna probably ask, okay, so how is it one piece? Like, how is it staying so rigid? The trick is this. Now, I can't take credit for this. I found this exact STL file on Thingiverse. Someone had already designed it, and all I had to do was just print it. So that's all I did. I just got some super glue and super glued these components together, and now it's pretty much hard as a rock. So this is what you would do if you want to essentially print something bigger than 5 inches. But there you have it, guys. Overall, quality of the printer is not bad, especially if it's your first 3D printer that you've ever had, or just trying to get your feet wet and just get an understanding of what 3D printing is. I highly recommend looking at this printer, as I was saying earlier, for the price that you pay and the quality of the parts that you get. It's pretty much a no-brainer, and you have the ability to do both ABS and PLA, which is huge. Besides that, I'll put the link in the description to if you guys are interested in checking out the printer in more detailed specifications. There's a whole lot of reviews of the printer itself online, so other YouTubers have already done a full unboxing and a full in-depth analysis of it, so feel free to take a look at those. Besides that, if you guys are interested in any of the parts that I just made, I do have an Etsy account, so I'll put the link there if you guys want to purchase any of it or just show some support. Either way, no worries. Would greatly appreciate it though. And besides that, if you do have any questions, drop me a comment or just send me a message and I'll get back to you on the 3D printing part. Besides that, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope I was able to show you something pretty cool, and feel free to subscribe. Hope to see you guys soon.